Hi guys, Mia here from the Excellence Empire, and as some of you know, I am a mindset coach here in Sydney, Australia. I have to apologize to you guys. I haven't even started my blog channel. Life has just been so crazy at the moment. Actually, I did start filming bits of my vlog channel, and Jake walked in the other day and he was like, "Who the hell are you talking to, woman?" So I had to stop there. So now I try and film when he's not around, and as you can see, I am in my office tonight. I will give you guys a tour on my other channel once I get it started. As some of you guys know also that I write a blog post, and once a month I write a blog post on other business owners or other entrepreneurs, other coaches, just to sort of pick their brain on why they choose the path that they did, their career, how they started up their business, how they became successful, and some tips for some of us who are just starting up a business or thinking about going into business, what it really takes, just sort of picking their brain. And I got an email from Caroline from the US. So she sent me an email saying she loves my entrepreneur series, about other business owners, other coaches, and the advice that they give. And she's like, I was flicking through your blog and I didn't see one on you. So today's video is dedicated to all about how I got into life coaching, how I started my business, some tips and advice for you guys that are looking to become life coaches or even just starting a business in general, and people I admire and that sort of stuff. So the first question is, what made me decide to be a life coach and how I got into coaching and my business. I did a 5-year degree in criminology and law, and some of my subjects were psychology subjects, which I was totally fascinated about and I did really well in. Prior to that, I did do some counseling, and I worked with people who had depression and people that were sort of suicidal. So that was actually really tough and challenging for me, and then I decided to get into mentoring. So I started mentoring kids in high school and just teenagers. That was pretty much on goal setting and designing a life with them to create a life that they love and that they're going to enjoy, with the resources and tools that they need into whether it's starting a business, going into college, study tips, organization and planning. So I actually looked into qualifications to become a mentor and stuff like that, and then I came across a website, the Life Coaching College here in Sydney. I remember thinking, what the hell is a life coach? And I looked more into it, and I looked into a lot of different schools, and I spoke to the founder of the Life Coaching College, Glenn Murdoch, and he was absolutely so wonderful. Like, there was not even any sales pitch that I remember. There was no like pushy sales trying to get me to, hurry up and sign up to their college. He was really good and really informative, and it was pretty hard not to be sold because I love the idea of what life coaches do and the people that they are, and I was really interested to see what it was all about. So the one thing that I've learned through studying life coaching is I thought that it was going to be how it was in uni. Like, people would, there'd be like a lot of lectures and there'd be a lot of theory work and there'd be a lot of research, but it's actually nothing like that at all. Like, it is completely fun, and one of the biggest things that I learned was more about myself than, how to be a coach and how to coach others. Like, I learned a lot more about myself, and at times it was very confronting for me, but after that it felt like such a big relief. I've just finished 3 weekends in a row of my NLP, which is neuro-linguistic programming, and my matrix therapy, so I'm fully qualified now, which I'm so excited about. I'm now officially an NLP and matrix therapies practitioner, so I am excited about that, and I can't wait to work with people doing some matrix therapies and NLP. So the most challenging thing so far has been time, effort and money. So time when you start a business, I actually didn't realize just how much time everything takes, like every single little detail and things that I need to learn and things that people I need to speak to, the tools and resources that you need into starting a business. I did a diploma of business straight after high school, 2004 I think it was. I didn't realize just how much time and effort that it would take, and it does take a lot of persistence. Like there are times where you feel like you just want to give up, you're not getting the clients, or you're spending a lot more money on things that you didn't realize that you were going to spend money on, or like that weren't in the budget. So initially you actually end up spending more money than what's coming in, but you're investing in yourself, in your future and your business, so it has been well worth it so far. I absolutely love the experience of what coaching and mentoring has done for me this past year. It has been a crazy, life-changing year, and I just knew that life coaching was for me, because there is no other love that I've ever had for any other job than life coaching, and it is so rewarding seeing other people get results, seeing other people really happy and satisfied with their life and thanking me all the time for me changing their life, when really it's you guys that put in all the effort, all the hard work into changing your own life. And for me, it's the most rewarding process to see all of you and my clients progress. So some of the things that I've learned about myself so far throughout my personal development journey, I've actually learned so much that my life has changed, and one of the most important aspects that coaching in general has taught me is training the mind, and it has done absolutely wonders for me when you learn to train your mind to be emotionally fit and mentally tough. And the way I look at things now through a lot of personal development work, I've learned to become a more stronger and independent person. I've learned to face challenges head on. I've learned all the lessons I have through all the hardships that I've gone through, and I probably have a few more lessons to learn. There is this saying though that something will keep repeating itself over and over and over until the lesson is finally learned, and I know this all too well. I used to be someone who was very introverted. I was very shy. I hardly even spoke. I had no confidence. I always used to play the victim. I had self-esteem issues. I used to be that girl, and through a lot of personal development work and what coaching has taught me is more about myself and what I'm capable of. I was able to work on my limiting beliefs and what I didn't think was possible for my life, and I started to realize the influence that certain people were having in my life. I learned to let go of some people. I've learned to let go of situations that were really tough and hard for me at the time. So it has been a tough journey, but I absolutely love the person that I am today because of everything that I've overcome, and I'm still standing. So I know there's still a lot more that I have to learn, and it's going to be a lifelong process for me. So 3 people that have influenced me and really inspire me. My number one, if you guys know me, is Tony Robbins. I absolutely love Tony Robbins, all of his work, all of his books, all of his videos, whatever there is, I will read it, watch it, learn from it and grow from it. So I highly recommend all of you guys you're asking me, what books do I read and what are some resources that you guys can start off with on your personal development journey. Anything to do with Tony Robbins, I highly recommend. And if you don't know who Tony Robbins is, I highly suggest you Google him or YouTube him now. He is absolutely amazing and life-changing. So the second most influential person that has had a big impact on my life, some of you guys may know, is Eric Thomas. I actually went and saw him live last Tuesday, and it was amazing. It was mind-blowing. It was life-changing. And I remember I was so excited up until the first day when I booked tickets, and I was telling everyone that I'm going to go see Eric Thomas, and I had so many people go, who the hell's Eric Thomas? And I'm like, oh my god, you don't know who Eric Thomas is. He's absolutely amazing. A lot of people know him as a motivational speaker, but he prefers to be called, like a motivational educator. So he actually just finished his PhD. He's come a long way. He's had a rough journey, and he's pretty much made it to the top now. So he has been like an excellent role model, and he has been one of the reasons why I have some of the habits that I have today. And I've noticed that my life has dramatically changed just from watching him, just being motivated by him and applying the principles that he teaches us. He is absolutely so amazing. The third person that inspires me greatly, who I've been watching for so many years now, has been Leo Gura. So he is actually the founder of actualize.org, and as some of you may know, I am actually one of the moderators for his forum. So I work alongside him and other moderators in that forum. That is where a lot of you guys have actually found me and asking me all these questions on life coaching and issues in general, and you guys email me. So Leo Gura has been doing what he's been doing for ever since he was a baby, pretty much. He's always been very business minded. He's always learnt really fast. He always loves to teach what he's learnt throughout his journey of his life. He gives us a new perception on so many different topics, and he definitely challenges the way you think about certain topics. So check him out, actualize.org on YouTube, or you can even go onto his forums where you guys can ask me more questions, and you'll see me answering people's questions on there. So I'm just going to sneakily chuck in a fourth person that inspires me and who is actually a huge part of my life, and that would be my partner Jake, who is so amazing, so patient, and pretty much the best boyfriend that I've ever had in the whole entire world. As much as I want to strangle him sometimes, but when it comes to relationships, I actually look at, if the good outweighs the bad, and with us it's pretty much the good always outweighs the bad. One of the other things that I love as well is that we are able to resolve things pretty quickly. We don't really hold grudges, and we don't let fights drag on too long. So we pretty much have a mutual agreement on how we should act towards each other, how we should behave towards each other, and I actually give him a lot of respect just in the fact that he puts up with me, because I know that it is tough work sometimes dealing with someone like me. I'm always busy, I'm always stressed, I'm always on the go, I'm always rushing, and he's been nothing but patient and always been there whenever I need him to be there, just to be like the best boyfriend ever, and someone who is so understanding. So he has been one of the biggest influences in my life, and times where I just can't be bothered, or I feel as though that I can't do something, he's been sort of in a way my personal coach, motivating me to get off my ass, to just do something, to eat healthier, to be more active. He has definitely had one of the biggest positive influences in my life, and I am just absolutely so grateful for him. So I have 3 tips for you on 3 of the successful things that I think are key to being successful in business, in relationships, in life, in anything. And the number one thing would definitely have to be passion. Like, you need to have passion for your business, what you do. You need to have passion like in your relationship. You need to be passionate about, loving life and wanting to change and wanting to be the best version of you possible for the whole world to see. And you just got to really love what you do. There's people that I've met that, they're like, oh yeah, I like what they do, I like what I do, and they settle for average, or they settle for mediocre life, and they don't really push themselves to do more, to be more. And you know, they stay stuck in a certain place because they don't have the passion, they don't have the drive to want better and do better. So number one is passion, and the second thing is endurance. Especially in business, actually any area of your life, you know, when times get tough, you need to learn how to endure the tough times and get through adversities and stick with it. You know, when times get tough, don't be so easily to give up, to give in, to quit. Everything worth having in life is going to be well worth it if you just stick with it, if you have that endurance, if you have that determination, and if you make it work. So the last tip that I have for you is actually developing a strong mindset. And I can't express this enough, because to me, I think mindset is everything. It controls, you know, your outlook on life, how you feel, you know, what you think about things. And people with a negative mindset who, you know, have to put other people down, or who have to put themselves down or seek attention, they don't have very strong mental mindsets. And one of the big things for me that, you know, I had to develop, that I wanted to learn, that I'm so big on, is emotional and mental toughness. Because as I told you guys before, I was that girl who is so insecure. It took me ages to get over things. I would cry and cry and cry over everything and anything. And being able to develop mental toughness, especially now, you know, when it comes to a breakup, when it comes to, you know, something didn't work out in my business, or something happened to my job, or I had a falling out with a friend or something, whatever happens in your life, you know, you will learn how to handle the situation a lot better if you apply principles of mental toughness. And I actually wrote a blog post on mental toughness, so I will actually link that blog down for you below if you guys want to read more on mental toughness. So 3 tips that I would give to people who are looking to become a life coach. Number 1 would be to do a lot of personal development work on yourself. Read a lot of personal development books, get into meditation, get into yoga. Health and fitness is a really big thing in order to become successful, and, you know, to be able to reach peak performance every single day. You need to train yourself, and what you put in your mind is especially important. So make sure that you are reading the right things. Becoming that role model that people want to see, someone who holds himself at a high standard, and someone who will make that difference in someone else's life, someone who will be the change, someone who can be able to walk their talk. So you think about someone who's a role model to you, and model them, you know, their behaviors, the way they think and the way they act. If you model someone else's behavior on how they became successful, study the things that they've studied, there is a great chance that, you know, you can learn from them. So the second tip would be to definitely get qualified. There are coaches that I know out there that just wake up one day and be like, hey, I'm going to become a life coach. You know, I'll do a website and wait for people to come and approach me so then I can become a millionaire. And unfortunately, it doesn't work like that. Some people that, you know, haven't got their qualifications as a life coach or as a mentor, some people very rarely do get very lucky. Education is really important to me, and I highly suggest that you just look better as a person and you know more. You know, you've mastered your art if you get qualified. So look around for good schools in your area. If you are in Sydney, Australia, I highly suggest the Life Coaching College. They're very affordable and it is absolutely life-changing. So the third tip that I would have for you guys is to actually hire a coach yourself. So for me, I actually hired a few different coaches in the beginning. Actually, there's a website where new coaches coach for free, and you can get a coach just to see what coaching's all about, how they coach you. You can sort of give them feedback, or you know how you want to do things in your own coaching business. You can get ideas and learn from them. So for me, I hired a life coach in the beginning, and you know, some were good, some were really just terrible and didn't know what they're doing. So you want to be able to work with someone who you know has the things that you are looking for in someone. So for me, I wanted someone who already had the life that I wanted, and I wanted that person to be someone who's a role model to me, someone that can help me grow, someone that can challenge me, someone that I know will be there and hold me accountable. Same with my business coach. She is absolutely amazing. I get so stuck on so many things in my business, and I can just pop her a quick email and she's always so fast to reply. I honestly just don't know what I'd do without her. So she has been a great role model and a great mentor to me throughout my journey of coaching. So I would highly suggest to hire a coach and do your research on them and their company and what they're all about. So as you guys know, my business is actually all about mindset. So I deal with people who have depression or are coming out of depression and they want to make things better for their life. Goal setting, productivity, organization, clearing limiting beliefs, getting over adversity, developing study habits, starting a business. So I've actually been through all this, so I know what it's like, and I know how frustrating, tough that life can get sometimes, and it is so much better when you just have someone who, you know, is that strong role model, who has a strong mindset and can actually really give you the results that you're after. So they're the type of clients that I work with, and everything is based on my personal experience and my qualifications. So the book that I'm reading at the moment, I've actually just finished one. So I've just finished Unlimited Power by Tony Robbins, and now I'm reading his other book called Awaken the Giant Within, which I've heard great reviews on, and everyone is just highly recommending that book. So I haven't started reading it yet, but I highly recommend anything by Tony Robbins and to start reading Awaken the Giant Within. Apparently it's life-changing like the rest of his books. How I deal with adversity. So everyone has their own way of being able to deal and cope with things, but one of the things that I highly recommend that we can all do is start challenging the way we think. So for example, I had one client who, she was like, I always wanted to be a model, but you know, I'm not pretty enough, I'm not skinny enough, I'm not like the other girls, I'm not popular. And one of the things that holds us back is our internal representations of what we say to ourselves. And we got to learn how to challenge that. Learn self-love is really important. And once you master self-love and challenging your mind, you're pretty much set and ready for anything, ready to take on the world pretty much. I highly recommend everyone to learn how to develop a healthy mindset and a healthy lifestyle. It is important, what I said before, what we feed our minds, the type of books we read, whether, you know, we choose to watch TV, or if you watch TV we only watch documentaries. If we read the newspaper, are we reading gossip magazines? Like, everything that you feed your mind, you know, gives you a perception of how you view the world and how you view yourself. So make sure that whatever you're reading, whatever you're watching, helps your personal development and helps your mind grow. And that all starts again with challenging the mind. When you say that you can't, why can't you? Why don't you think you're good enough? And being able to really focus on what you want rather than what you don't want or what you don't have. Instead, focus on your goals, focus on your future and the next step that you can take today in order to get one step closer. You know, you need to learn how to be motivated to really want something. Like people that really want to lose weight but don't know where to start, or don't do anything, or they procrastinate a lot, or they just flick through Instagram or Twitter and magazines and they compare themselves to other people and other girls all the time, sitting around feeling sorry for themselves, when really they can get up off their ass and, you know, go for a walk, go for a gym class or join a gym. You know, start taking that first step into doing something that will benefit you, that will make you feel good. For me, exercise wasn't a really big thing for me. I used to hate the idea of exercise, and when I started feeding the right things into my mind, it actually got me motivated to want to be able to be fit and healthy. You know, there's a lot of life changes that have happened and that are happening at the moment, so I want to be fit and ready, mentally tough. I want to be prepared and be the best that I can be for whatever it is that is to come. And just another tip, when you see people having what you want, instead of feeling sorry for yourself or feeling depressed or feeling like you're never going to amount to what they have or be like them, instead of letting it get you down, use it as fuel. Use it as fuel to push you further, to motivate you to want better for yourself. There's a lot of people that just settle for average because they don't see the worth in themselves, and I have to tell you, like, you don't need someone else to tell you that you're beautiful, that you can do it, because you have all the tools and the resources. With or without a coach, you have the internet is a great resource these days. Get started, make a plan, develop a strategy, and if you're really stuck like I was and like many people are out there, invest in a life coach. One of the really biggest investments that paid off for me was to hire a coach, and it helped me progress a lot further in my life and where I want to be and the type of person that I want to become. So you definitely have to reevaluate what's important to you, your priorities, and ask yourself, who do you want to become? Who do you want to be? What do you want for your future? So who are my clients and how you can work with me? My clients are people who are ready for the change, who are driven, who are motivated, who are stuck in certain areas of their life and need some guidance to get from where they are to where they want to be. So it can be anything from relationship issues, as I mentioned before, people with depression, or even just being able to set a few goals. So if you are looking to work with me, I actually have a promotion going on at the moment, which is 3 months free life coaching with me. All you have to do is follow me on all my social media platforms, send me an email at mia.rivel.coaching, letting me know what your username is, so then I can follow you guys back. And to find out more information on me and what I do and how you can work with me, head over to www.mia.rivel.coaching. I've been waiting to hurry up and finish that video so I can have some of these. I got these today and they are the best things ever. If you can get your hands on these, try them. Tell me what you guys think. They're so good.